Ask Reddit by Blackbird's Garden, what's the shortest speaking cameo you've seen in film TV? Marcel Marceau. He was a mime. He appeared in Mel Brooks' silent movie and had the only line in the film, "None." Came here to say this. That was absolutely classic meta comedy. Mel Brooks is a legend. Brad Pitt in Deadpool 2. All we hear is him screaming while being electrocuted for about a second. His appearance fee for that movie was a drink from Starbucks. Danny Glover showing up to rob a bank in Maverick where he exchanges a "Don't I Know You" look with Mel Gibson. They both do a double take and say "nah" at the same time and Glover takes off. And the Lethal Weapon theme riff plays. Doesn't he also say "I'm getting too old for this" as he's mounting his horse during the getaway? Jane Wiedlin as the singing telegram and Clue. "I am your singing telegram." Dies. Hugh Jackman in X-Men First Class. And an absolutely perfect use of him in that film. Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Rundown tells The Rock "have fun." One of the best opening fight scenes in any movie. Jimmy Buffett running with a handful of margaritas from dinosaurs in Jurassic World. Why did the dinosaurs give him all those margaritas? Dogma Alanis Morissette. Her scene was lengthy, but her speaking not so much so. Just one word, but it was a doozy. George Clooney as the dog in South Park. George Clooney in Flash. Stan Lee, almost everything he has done. I see your Stanley and raise you an Alfred Hitchcock. Director Rob Reiner had as his mom, Estelle Reiner, say "I'll have what she's having" in When Harry Met Sally. Maybe not the shortest cameo but one of the most famous movie lines. That was an orgasmic filet mignon. The scene Titian on The Simpsons, the Lisa the Vegetarian episode. Just ask him. UHH. Dan Aykroyd was in one of the Indiana Jones movies as the guy at the airport gate. I can't remember the line but it was something generic, like this way. It's near the beginning of Temple of Doom when they are getting on the Leoche airplane. He actually says quite a bit. Heavens, aren't you Willie Scott, the famous American female vocalist? https://yahoo.be/gzf2rn7lzmc?. Hot Shots. I loved you in Wall Street. As a kid I never understood that exchange. Chris Evans is on screen for like 2 seconds in Free Guy. Chris Evans is on screen for like 5 seconds in Thor: The Dark World. His Thor 2 cameo was the best part of the movie. Ryan Reynolds in Ted. Just mouths high while walking away with Patrick Warburton. That's a myth. Pardon? Myth. Myth. Carol King Yeth. Keith David in Roadhouse. He's billed 5th in the opening credits but then he has exactly one line in the movie. Poor guy had his role completely edited out of the film. I watched Roadhouse last week for the first time in years, probably the first time this century. I was totally surprised when I saw Keith David's name in the credits as I had absolutely no memory of him being in the movie. And at the end I understood why. The only time on The Simpsons that Maggie speaks she says "Daddy." That was voiced by Liz Taylor and they had to do tons of takes because she sounded too sexy. Chuck Norris with a thumbs up in Dodgeball. Fucking Chuck Norris. Hi, I'm Kurt Vonnegut. I'm looking for Thornton Melon. Kurt Vonnegut, back to school. Exactly 5 seconds. That always reminded me of the Marshall McLuhan cameo in Annie Hall. Hot Fuzz. Cate Blanchett plays Janine. Nicholas Angel's ex-girlfriend. They put her in a hazmat suit and gave her 2 or 3 lines. You can't even tell it's her if you don't listen closely. It's hilarious because at the time she was probably the best known actor among everyone in that movie. I had no idea of that. Bon Jovi in Young Guns II. In the prison pit, no lines. Blink and you miss him. This is one of my favorite movies ever. I had no idea Bon Jovi was in it. Ryan Reynolds in A Million Ways to Die in the West is pretty great. Ewan McGregor too. If you don't count barking, George Clooney as the gay dog in a South Park episode. Jay Leno as the meowing cat who wants Cartman's chicken pot pie.